All right, welcome back to the spoiler talk. Yes, I recorded this immediately after I did my spoiler free. So what? All right, well, let's talk spoilers, huh? So, right off the bat, we get the original song that starts off the whole movie, and you're just sitting there like, oh, it's happening. And it's pretty much exactly the same as the original. Not even pretty much. It's exactly the same as the original. And you're just in it, you're feeling the flow, you're feeling the vibe, it's all good. And then some chick starts singing in the beginning. That's not the original chick that was singing. This is straight up African chick. And I get it. It make Africa, it makes sense to have an African sing it. Just I don't know. It threw me off. You're expecting to sing the Circle of Life the way you've always been singing the Circle of Life because there's only one real version of the Circle of Life that you really care about singing. And then you get to the words, the lyrics of it with the person singing behind it, and she sounds like those one African chicks that were singing that one Beyonce song. Go figure. Everything you own in a box to the left, in the closet. That's my stuff. Yes, if I bought a tiny, don't touch. Don't touch. Yes, that's fine. Would you walk into a gate the same time? I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm just saying it was kind of cringy from time to time, and it was hard to get over. I was a little confused on the dynamics between Scar and Mufasa's relationship because the way it was set up, it gave you a little bit more depth to the two brothers or whatever, and it was kind of pushing in a direction where they kind of tried to make you feel for Scar a little bit more than you felt for Mufasa, because the way the dialogue went, the way the emotion was put behind it, which was a big complaint of mine already, uh, it wasn't good. Definitely wasn't good. The insinuation is that Scar got that scar because of Mufasa, first of all, and then on top of that, it just the way everything went, it just seemed like Mufasa was kind of a dick.
And as the movie kept going on between Mufasa saying stuff, Shenzi saying stuff, Simba definitely saying stuff, fueling his anger about how he's never going to be king and how he has to constantly bow to everybody else. And now, when I was so close, now I gotta bow down to this little brat, this little turd. Uh, yeah, I'm definitely killing you.
But all the same, I like that they had a little extra depth to his character that they didn't exactly have in the animated series. Series? What? The animated series. Therefore, I liked it. But what I didn't like and what I didn't appreciate was some of these musical numbers. Specifically, Be Prepared. Be Prepared was a dope song coming up for me. And if you just listen to the song by itself on the OG album, uh, it was great. Way better than the one in the movie. But this version with Mr. I can't ever say his name. Ch- Chiwetel? There we go. Chiwetel. I had to think about it. They were better off not having this stupid song in the roster whatsoever because it was terrible. It was absolutely garbage. It was trash. Don't believe me? Go to whatever music selections that you got, YouTube something, and go. Matter of fact, I'll probably put a card up here for it too. Go to it and check out this song, and you tell me, as a fan of Lion King, if this song was not trash, because it was absolute garbage, nigga. Really could have took that out. I would have been so much more satisfied knowing that they didn't have this song in here, seeing how it was this trash, versus them having it in here and it was this trash. Like they did not do him any justice. I bet you they ain't gonna do Ursula like this. I bet you Lizzo ain't gonna freaking destroy poor unfortunate souls. I bet you that. I don't know, man. That just that was disappointing.
One of the extra things that they added in this movie was uh, Shenzi being the queen of the hyenas. And it made sense. It made sense. I'm not gonna lie, it made sense. Just didn't care for it because it took away from the dynamics between the hyenas and Scar. When we see the original, we see that the hyenas are kind of following Scar's role and rule for the most part. Like Scar be out there with them and stuff like that, and that's their homie, that's their buddy. Like when they can't find food, Scar be coming out on the hunt and like bringing them back some food. because they homies and one day hopes to like use them for his benefit and stuff like that, which he ended up doing. This one, they didn't do that at all. They barely knew each other. He was still like, you know, the house nigga to them, like, oh, what are you doing in these parts? We'll kill you and we'll eat you. Get out of our house. Get out of our territory. Kind of deal. Like, he had to like swindle and smooth talk his way into having them help him kill Mufasa and Simba, and it was just kind of like, again, it's fine, I guess. Just it took away the dynamics, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It's fine, just for the sake of changing things, making things new or whatever. But the whole Queen of Hyenas thing, I just missed me with that, bro. It wasn't even necessary. It wasn't necessary.
I already said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. The recordings were off, man. The voiceover was weird, man. It was really weird.
Like, it felt off. It felt off like the recordings felt fake and injected. So the level of voice that they had for each in particular character didn't match the expression or the mannerisms of the lion, the whatever animals they had talking at the time. And it threw me off. It threw me off a lot. Like it took me out of the film quite a few times. I just tried to get over it because I just realized, okay, this is what it is. I feel like they rushed this. And I don't understand how you kind of rush this. Like you had to go over this whole thing. This is literally the whole movie. The whole movie is just voiceover work on a CGI animal. How does this get approved? Like, oh yeah, it's fine. Nobody will notice this.
Aside from the terrorizing factor and just foot soldier factor in this movie, the hyenas didn't really play a strong part in this. Keegan Michael Key, Eric Andre, I think his name is, dude from Two Broke Girls and some other stuff that he's in. Uh, they were fine. I mean, they weren't necessary, but they were fine. They played the same joke over and over again that kind of got old after a while, but luckily they stopped doing it. And they were just there making side commentary after that. And I was fine with the side commentary, but like I said, between that and between the whole Queen of the Hyenas Shenzi type deal, it wasn't necessary. They didn't really need them in there like that. Their part was very minimal, to say the least. Childish Gambino or Donald Glover being in the movie as Simba, I actually rather much enjoyed him. Um, and I don't mean that because I'm like a Gambino stan or anything like that. Total fan, by the way. I just honestly enjoyed his performance. Like he was the more down to earthy character in the film that kind of like portrayed his acting a little bit better, even for the voiceover. Just again, his voice with Simba's motion and stuff like that, it didn't go. And that's not on him. That's more on the department, on who's in charge of how all that stuff is set up, because I figure they're supposed to like make these things match up and mesh up. But I mean, I don't know anything. I'm not in that field. I'm just a black guy. What do I know? Now, this one in particular part of the movie, it doesn't get enough credit for. And I'm going to say it. The distraction part when they get back to Pride Rock and they gotta like lead the hyenas away, you know what I'm talking about. You know Timon and Pumbaa's part, right? You know, just drag, do the hula. Yeah, that. Yeah, that part was classically replaced with the Be Our Guest intro. And I'm the only one over here laughing in the theater because I feel like nobody else understood what was going on until after it happened. But as soon as it got to like the first couple lines, I was like, dog, are you kidding me? And it's appropriate because it's still Disney. So that was extra funny. It was still good. It was still funny. I just really was kind of counting on that part to come through, and it didn't come through. But it was still replaced for a just as funny reference. So I'll let it. I'll turn the other cheek.
One thing I want to critique and complain about: Mufasa and the Sky are talking to Simba after he's dead. I kind of miss the way they did that in the animation. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take a stab at it and just assume they didn't do it that way because it's supposed to be realistic. And if it was realistic, they wouldn't be doing it the same way that they did it in the original Disney film, where it's like all nice and colorful and, Aurora Borealis-esque in the sky and everything with the clouds and the thunder and all that other stuff. And eventually he has like a whole spiritual form body of him coming out and talking to him for like a couple of seconds before he turns back into clouds and retreats back into wherever he's at. Heaven, the ancestral plane. I don't know. I don't know where they are. They never make that mention. But the entire time, like the clouds bubbling up, I'm just sitting there like, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it? Are they gonna do it? Didn't do it. They never did it. They didn't do it. Again, I was just hoping that they would do the whole transformation of the clouds type deal, but they didn't. The more they kept showing it, I was getting more juice thinking that they were going to do it, and it was going to be this beautiful scene across the skies of the savannah. And it was just Mufasa talking to him in the clouds, and you could tell it was Mufasa aside from the voice, but because every time lightning flashed and crashed inside the cloud, a silhouette of his lion face would pop up a little bit for like a split couple of seconds, and then it would be back to like this chunky cloud type deal. And it never went anywhere else after that. And I was just kind of like, ah, this is fine. Just, ah.
The overall flow of this movie, even though it's pretty much the same movie, it lacks this acceptance. It actually, you know what? It doesn't lack acceptance. It actually promotes the acceptance, and that part was weird to me, and that's why it kind of threw me off a lot. Like a lot. Like we don't take time to like break this down. It's just everybody for the most part is, oh, okay, this is pretty much what this is. Never mind that I'm freaked out by it. We're just gonna run with it.
Like, there's no shock, there's no awe, there's no genuine surprise. Everybody, for the most part, just sees stuff and is just like, oh, okay, well, this is what we're doing now. And they just roll with it.
When Rafiki found out that Simba and Mufasa were dead, there was like no emotional anything attached to it, which is why I feel like Rafiki's character wasn't even needed in this film like that. He just gave a whole and went over to the tree and was like, "Yep, back to the old drawing board. We're making a new king now. Where's the sorrow? Where's the emotion? Come on, do better. Jesus."
Simba sees Mufasa in the sky. Not freaked out that your dad's alive and talking to you. Well, he's not alive. Not freaked out that your dad is talking to you in the sky, or the fact that there's a bunch of clouds conjoined together, and every time it flashes lightning, you see your father's face in it, and you're just casually talking to him. I'm like, yo, I can love my dad to death. And if that nigga comes back and starts talking to me through some clouds and stuff like that, remember who you are. I'm a flip. I'm a flip first. I'm definitely flipping the F out first. And then I'm gonna listen to what you have to say because I'm gonna be like, what kind of sorcery is this?
It was weird. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. Majority of stuff in the movie was like that. Didn't like it. Aside from all of these gripes, complaints, and disgruntled opinions that I have, I still enjoyed the movie. I'm still gonna buy it when it comes out on DVD because I don't do digital. Um, and it's just gonna be what it is. I'm still gonna enjoy the film. It was a good movie. Like I said, I still gave it a 7 out of 10. Just the stuff that I didn't like, man, I really didn't like it, and I meant that because when I said that, I meant it. But seeing as how right now I think this holds the best position for Disney live action, because right now it really is up there with the best of the Disney live action. I'm curious as to see what they do with these future ones, like Mulan and The Little Mermaid, and whatever they're gonna have that's gonna come out after that. That's all I got for you guys from the spoiler review. I mean, like I said, it's really not much to spoil. It's not like you don't know how the story ends. It's the same. It's 92% the same story. So, there's that. But until then, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share around if you think anybody will enjoy this, if you enjoyed it even. And I will be here telling it like it is.